Hello my beauties, how's everyone doing? If you are new here, my name is Zonaza and I welcome you to my channel Live with Zonaza. Here we talk all things self-development, fashion, style, beauty, femininity, faith, you name it, we are on it. Please become part of this fast-growing family by hitting the subscribe button down below and the notification bell next to it to make sure that you don't miss any of my new videos. And to my returning beauties, welcome back. It is lovely to see you again. Thank you so much for the loyal support and love that you've been showing me so far. On today's video, we are talking about what to expect when you are leveling up. By leveling up, I'm talking about being more intentional about the quality of life that you live. Leveling up means different things to a lot of people. So it can be anything from leveling up your health, your physical health, your mental health, your psychological well-being, as well as your spiritual life, the way that you look on the outside, and your grooming. So we talk about a lot of things when we talk about leveling up. I have done a few videos tackling this, so you can check them out, but only after watching this video. But I'm pretty sure that the fact that you even open this video, you do have an idea of what leveling up is. The first thing that you can expect when you are embarking on your leveling up journey are doubters. There will be a lot of people that look at what you have started to do for yourself and doubt it, and we can't blame them because you are changing habits here, a lifestyle that you've lived around those people for a very long time. You are changing from that to become a better person, to become the best version of yourself. So they are so used to the old you that you're trying to grow out of, they will doubt that you were lost at what you're doing. For example, when I talk about this level up, if you all of a sudden decide to lose your weight, there will be people that know you for the food that you like to eat, and maybe you've made some comments about your weight that you have accepted it, which is completely okay. But when you change your mind about it, you can expect people that say, well, this is only because the year is starting, or this is only because it's Monday, you will see yourself. And when people do those things, sometimes they're not even being spiteful, they are teasing you. So don't be angered by any of it. Understand that they are not used to this new level of yourself. Give them time to see you grow. Do not be discouraged or demotivated by the comments. If anything, use it to inspire you. You know, sometimes pressure from the outside, people expecting you to fail, can actually motivate you to keep pushing. This is not to say they have an impact on you or you live your life by their own terms, but you're just taking the silver lining out of the cloud that they are throwing at you. Stick to what you're doing because you're doing it for yourself. When I actually focused more on my walk with the Lord, there were a lot of people that were shocked because they thought they knew me, and some knew about my relationship with Christ. But when I became more serious, I actually became too much for them, I'm assuming. So there will be people that will be shocked on many different things. For example, if you used to be a party animal, you used to drink a lot, once you change that and say, okay, well, I'll stop drinking, or I'm slowing down on drinking, they were like, oh, let's see what you do next week, Friday. Let's see if you'll still be saying the same thing. So expect that and just keep it moving. Remain motivated, stay strong in what you've started, because you have a lot more to gain than listening to your doubting Thomases. The next point that we're looking at is the fact that once you start to see yourself differently and see yourself deserving of much better out of life, the company that you keep is definitely bound to change. So you must be ready to lose some friends along the way. I know losing friends is not a nice thing because you start to think of yourself as maybe you are being toxic and all sorts of things. But sometimes you must be ready to let go. When you are performing at your lowest level, people have a lot to gain from you. So once you elevate yourself and level up, they lose because they will no longer benefit. For example, in your relationship, if you had this toxic relationship that you kept going in and out of, the minute you level up your life, The minute you become more spiritually grounded and psychologically in a great place, you will see that you deserve so much better. So chances are that relationship is not going to work out. So someone will try to discourage you because they will no longer have access to you. They will no longer have anything to gain from you. Also, along the same line, maybe there will be some friendships that were toxic, that whenever you gather with those friends, you would end up doing things that you regret. And let's face it, peer pressure is still a thing. At any age, the people that you surround yourself with will have a great influence on the things that you're doing. So the minute you outgrow some of these bad habits, if you used to be the life of the party, dancing on tables, making sure that your group of girls gets attention, once you leave, there will be a fear of that attention going away from the crew. A lot of people that were benefiting from that attention will lose. So the minute you level up and stop all those things, they are not going to be happy. They will not be happy because you were feeding something within them. So stay the course. Be ready to let them go and move on with your life. Take your time, relax and focus on yourself. You make new friends that are on the same path as you. So do not even feel guilty about it. They might even guilt trip you, reminding you of what you've been through together. This applies to friendship and relationships alike. But stay the course. Be loyal to the person that you're becoming. Be loyal to this woman that you want to become. Forget what happened in the past. You may be appreciative of all the things that you've been through, but you are not indebted to these people. You don't have to take them to your next level. And this is definitely not about beef. This is not beef. This is about you outgrowing some things. And sometimes you were the toxic one, without people not even taking from you. So be ready for people to live your life. Be open to it and make space for new people coming in. All right. When you start something that you are not used to, it's so easy for you to feel like you're being fake, or just to start having all these insecurities about this journey that you've began, or sometimes even feeling like it's not working, you're not seeing any result of it. Keep reminding yourself of the woman that you want to become. Keep her in your mind. Remind yourself, affirm yourself every chance you get that I'm on the right track. I'm becoming the best version of myself. I stand a lot to gain. My future self will be grateful of this. This can go for when you all of a sudden take an interest on your mental health. This may mean seeing a psychologist. You'll be digging into some pains that you had, put a band-aid over. And once you start that journey, though you are going forward, you will feel like you are going back. You will doubt everything that you're doing at that stage. Things like when you start to work out, for example, it's just starting to put in the work around yourself and your well-being. You will feel like you have started something that you cannot finish. So be ready and keep wrestling with your mind. Continue to pray and trusting the process. You have made it thus far in life because you have pushed yourself. You have been waking up and showing up. This is no different from that. You have woken up. This is your morning. You are ready now to elevate. So be ready for that and embrace that moment. Keep affirming yourself that you are on the right track. Thumbs up if you agree with any of this, if you have experienced that self-doubt when you are becoming a better version of yourself. Now, another one of those bad things that you can expect. The minute you pick an interest in self-development, you will see a lot of people talking about what you should be and what you shouldn't be. Stay true and loyal to what you feel comfortable with, what is right for you. There are a lot of voices. Even, for example, you have decided that you want to be more feminine. You want to be more active. You want to, put in an effort in how you look. There are a lot of voices on the internet about this, even where you are, that try to define femininity to you. Find your own understanding of it. Be open to learning, yes, but do not lose yourself. For example, you've seen a lot of my videos. I talk about looking expensive and put together. All those points that I make there are my own opinion, which I'm always honest and open about. Should you see any one of those points not fitting to the kind of person you are, do not push yourself into that. Maintain yourself. For example, I talk about things like nails. If you still feel like you like your long neon nails, Stick to that. Whatever you want to pick from the information that I'm sharing with you, do not try to become this person who does everything that I say we must do. I noticed this with one of my subbies, whom I love all my subscribers. I had shared a pair of sandals that I said I wanted, and obviously she watches another channel that deals with the same topic that I deal with, which I also watch, but I know what to take as inspiration and what not to take. And that lady was saying, I heard somewhere that those shoes are not elegant. And I said to her, no, I actually know where you saw that. I also saw it. But personally, I love them. I don't see anything wrong with them. So it's important to keep your identity on your level up journey. There will be those things that you will like that are not necessarily considered as leveling up or looking polished or put together, but have your own things. Maintain your identity, because your uniqueness is what makes you stand out. So you don't want to be this robotic person who does everything that Zona says you must do. Whoever other channel that you watch that talks about leveling up, you want to remain true to yourself. You don't want to be anyone's up on copy. You don't want to do things that you don't like simply because someone on the internet says you must do them. So take every information about leveling up with a pinch of salt and keep doing you, because trust me, not everything about you at the level you're at is horrible. The minute you start feeling like you need to change everything, you might be discouraged along the way. Putting up people as the ultimate goal for your life may disappoint you, because sometimes these people that you see giving you all this information might do something different. So you want to maintain a lot of things to yourself so that you don't get gravely disappointed when all this information that you were told to be the truth, the gospel, are not. There is no gospel to leveling up. There is no one size fits all. Take what you can from who you take it from and mix them together with your own conclusion and concept of what leveling up is. Now, once you start to level up, you will have bursts of confidence. This I know from myself, because you're putting in a lot of effort into fixing all these things that you're not happy about yourself. Now, when you start to see yourself achieving whatever small goals that you had set for yourself, you will become more confident. You will start seeing all the beautiful qualities that are there in your personality, your physical features, just about anything really. Once you start putting in all that work, you become more confident. You see things that you never noticed before. If you're starting to dress more feminine, for example, you might see a lot of changes to your body. Areas that you were once embarrassed about, you will start to fall in love with them. And when you start to see yourself commit to the changes that you said you will make, you will start to see great qualities to yourself that, oh wow, once I start something, I actually see it to the finish. This will make you more confident in all the other areas of your life. I was talking to one of my closest friends about how we met when we were on a journey to lose weight. We became so confident at that stage, and we actually started businesses and started to break a lot of bad habits that are not directly linked to that weight loss journey. So once you start committing into something that improves you, you become more confident, and it has a ripple effect on all other areas of your life. So expect to be more confident and having your presence felt wherever you're at. Another thing to expect when you are leveling up is to attract great people into your life. The minute you start putting in an effort to yourself, it reflects to other people as well. They see it and they are drawn to you. Especially people who are doing great in life, or people that are also on the same journey as you. They will be drawn to you because you are definitely doing something great. So be open and expectant of this. Even in the area of relationships, the minute you start doing all the work, all the inner work into yourself, it reflects, and you will start to attract great people into your life, including a partner if you're still looking. This I can assure you of. It doesn't take a genius to know that everyone wants best for themselves. Everyone wants a person that is lovely, to become part of their lives. The same goes for someone who's looking for a partner. They are most likely to be attracted to someone who is obviously in love with themselves as well. A person who's doing all the work on themselves will not go for someone who's not doing any work, because they will be discouraged by those people. So the minute you start to reflect as this person who's putting in the work on themselves, you are most likely to attract someone who has done the same for themselves, who are on that journey, or who have already arrived where you are headed. Please let me know if you have experienced any of this. Say maybe you are well on your way or studying and improving on your studies, and then you attracted other people that were on the same path. This can be on any area of your life, but please do share if you have experienced it. And please, if you have made it this far, make sure to subscribe. You can't watch up until here and you are not interested in all other stuff that we do on the channel. Subscribe. So the next point that we're looking at is the fact that once you start leveling up on any area of your life, you will want more out of life. You will not be satisfied with just that one area being elevated. You will want to do other things to become better. If, for example, you had started off just fixing your psychological health, you will be interested in fixing your physical life, your physical well-being, putting in the effort into being healthier, taking your multivitamins, because like I said on the previous point, it has a ripple effect. Once I embarked on a journey to lose weight, that's around the same time that I started to look back into realigning myself with the things of God, because when I was on that weight loss journey, I stopped drinking. And the plan was to just stop drinking only so that I can lose weight. But it affected how I no longer now had any fun activities to do. So I started to dig deeper into the Word of God. And because I had a lot of time on my hands, I also took part in a lot of church activities. I also intensified on my efforts with my business, because I now all of a sudden have all this time on my hands. I need to do things. So that is what you stand to gain from leveling up your life. Another great thing that you can expect from leveling up is mental clarity. When you have something that you're really focusing on, it opens up your mind. You start seeing the world differently. You start expecting a lot better for yourself. You start to think about things that will make you even better. You start to have this renewed sense of being, this renewed energy to you. You are quick to see things that are just a waste of your time. If you used to spend hours just sleeping and not doing anything, when your mind is clear and pure, you start to shift now and want to do more meaningful things with your time. So do expect mental clarity. There will be some areas that you've always questioned about yourself, but when you have had that elevation, that new improved way of thinking, then a lot of things will start becoming clearer. Things like your psychological health. I'll always go back to mental health because it is the root of many things that we experience. It manifests itself in many areas. You will see a lot of things differently. You will start becoming more understanding and accepting of people once you understand where some behaviors are rooted. So you are more clearer on life now. You are no longer distracted because you are focused on something. So it opens your mind up to new ways of thinking. My most favorite part about elevation and leveling up is the peace that comes with it. You become this more peaceful and gracious person because you understand the concept of elevation and growth. You do expect it from other people as well. You are more understanding and gracious to other people because you know you've had your own things that you've had to dig up and work on. So you give that same understanding and allowance to other people because you understand that it happens that a person goes through a certain phase in their lives, but with all their effort and work into it, they become better. It's not an easy process, yes, because sometimes you may feel like just because you've outgrown something, other people should have outgrown it already. But the top level of leveling up is when you are free and open to the idea that other people may be struggling there, but they also live on the same earth as you, they can wake up and become better. So you allow people the room to grow. You don't get extremely disappointed in things happening a certain way. You understand the processes of life. All this peace that you know that comes with elevation, you want to extend that into other people's lives as well. You can definitely expect being tested, because once you make such a decision, you are breaking a habit. Now, a lot of things will come and try to tempt you into going back to your old ways. Stay vigilant of this. For example, if you are changing your attitude and maybe you are known to be a hardcore person who loves to argue and fight, there will be people that will try to provoke you. They will do anything to see you snap again, simply because you had told yourself and told them that you have changed. Be vigilant of this. I noticed this even with myself. I spoke a while ago about social media etiquette. I used to clap back at whoever has started me, online and offline equally. Now, in recent times, when I had started to put an effort into my reputation and the conversations that I participate on, which we talked about when we were talking about a high value woman, while I had thought I had conquered that evil, there were a lot of pushing meters where I could see myself being pushed back into that person who is snapping back and just fighting back. It was so difficult to restrain myself, knowing what I'm capable of, knowing that I used to be able to tear you apart with the words that I spoke. Now, I almost fell into that trap. I quickly had to step back and remember who I am now, what I'm becoming, and what do I stand to gain from this person that I'm becoming. Be ready to be tempted back into your old ways, but stay the course. Just be sure that you are there. I remember I watched this one time, Yanla, I think she was talking with Evelyn Lozada, or Evelyn, whoever, you know her, she used to be a basketball wife. And I saw so much of what I had experienced in that conversation on that whole series, that this woman had started to be this hardcore person because it had become a shield to her to identify herself as that person. Even on her healing journey, she would have those moments where she would want to go back to that person. So stay the course. Know that the temptation is there just to test you. And for there to even be a temptation, it means you're doing something great. So stay the course, because the impact is being seen, the impact is showing, for there to even be that kind of test. The same will happen in your spiritual journey. The minute you decide that, okay, I'm doing the things of God, I'm a Christian, I'm born again, there will be temptation coming from every corner. A lot of things that you once wanted when you had not seen the light will start coming to you. Stay vigilant. Know that all those things are coming simply because you have chosen Christ, and they will come dressed in a way that will be attractive to you. Because what is temptation if it is not with what we want? Another thing that you can expect that is great, that can come from leveling up, is you revisiting some beautiful experiences that you never cared to appreciate at the time you were going through them. This can also include some great people that you had met along the way that you let go of because at the time you were feeling worthless. Because when you live a low quality life, anything that seems to be stable and beautiful, you want to run away from. This can be maybe a certain friend that you didn't see a value in at the time because you were busy self-destructing. But the moment you come to yourself again, you might want to revisit that friendship. It is okay to backtrack and go back to the people that you have let go along the way. Sometimes with some people, it can also even be a partner. Sometimes we meet people, in this case a man, that sees all the great qualities that are within you that at that particular time you did not see. So it is okay to want to go back and reconcile with such people. It's a feeling that's going to come once you start to see all these things that they once saw in you when you were not ready to see those things. This may not necessarily mean rekindling a lost love, but just to go back and say, you know what? I may have mistreated you at the time, but you were a genuine person to me, and I truly appreciate that. It's one of those positives that come with getting to know yourself, getting to love yourself. You want to leave a trail of peace and love wherever you've been. So you want to reconcile, you'll be open to forgiving past situation, which is an overall great feeling. For me, I feel like most of these benefits are not even just the physical, but it is what happens to you as a person and your personality. You becoming more radiant, more peaceful, more welcoming, more loving. That's the ultimate level up for me. And that is where we will leave it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Please share with me if you have experienced any of these, or if you look forward to embarking on a level up journey to experience these points that I spoke about. I'm rooting for you in your level up journey. I believe in you. I trust that you can make it. And the ultimate level up is being at peace with your Father, your Creator. So I highly recommend you fixing your relationship with Christ, because that is the ultimate root of all level up. Because what's the point of leveling up on the outside when the inside is still bruised? Look into that, and it's a lifelong journey. There is no hurry. Take your time, love on yourself, level up. I love you so much. I will see you on my next